Hey guys, this is the J and K show. This is the first ever J and K show, so go with us a little bit as we try to work out any kinks, like little pop-ups just now that just kind of come on my screen, and I didn't want it. So let's just roll with the punches. This is the first ever J and K show. Jay, you have anything you want to say? Word.
It's exciting. Happy to be here. Proud of you. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of everybody watching. Even if we're background noise, I don't care.
Absolutely. Like and subscribe, and hopefully you're entertained. Are we not entertained?
We'll
We're going to
see.
start off with the best team. We're going to the Super Bowl. What do you think, Jay? Well, you heard it from Pat McAfee, former Colt.
McAfee has no brakes. But he needs to pump them a little bit. 2-0 is great.
Dare
2-0
I
is great.
say,
Danny,
tells
Danny Dimes is
tells
awesome.
the truth, right? All the
I
time.
hope it becomes truth. That would be great.
All right. So my headline for the Colts game I had was Broncos pay the penalty,
Yeah,
and that was I think righteous. Wouldn't you say that was the poetic justice of that game in itself?
definitely poetic justice, especially when they had that run of like four straight defensive holdings or interference calls right in a row. BS. Even
Just give them
though,
points.
yeah,
Like,
just hand it to him already. That was ridiculous, but definitely, I think it was definitely one of those. Well, we're gonna pay it forward.
yeah.
So we realized we made some bad calls. So even though it was leverage by definition,
hmm
but most of the times it doesn't get called.
Feels like it happens
But
probably on about every field goal, or it feels like at least half the time it happens on a field goal.
absolutely, yeah. And I get reminded of a few short years ago when Miles Garrett held us down. So what's his
He
name could
held
hop
the
over.
guy. Well,
Yeah,
his
like
buddy,
literally
his
grabbed his shoulder pads,
his
pushed
buddy
him
holds
down.
him so that Miles Garrett can be the superhero.
Yeah, just that was great. I was reminded of that instantly, and it was like, you know what? I'm not mad about that anymore.
With whoever's saying that, be correct. That's not even leverage. That's holding.
That's
So be
holding.
correct.
Be correct. Come correct, son.
So some of the stuff I wanted to point out, obviously NFL record, 10 drives with scores. I mean, if you would have told me starting the season, hey, guess what? The Colts are going to score every time. I'd be like, well, that's good. I think that's a
Yeah,
fantastic idea. Now, that's scripted plays, right, to start the game. That's your
yeah.
practice time all mattering and everything, all of that cohesion.
Mm.
They're putting in the work. They're putting in the work for
Oh
sure.
yeah. Yep. Yep. Definitely look smart, and to not to not ever punt either in the first two games.
We have
That's
not punted.
amazing.
Who is our punter? What's his name?
I don't know.
I
I don't
forgot.
even
Still
remember.
have Sanchez, or do we have a new punter? I
Mm,
have no idea.
yeah. They'll probably be holding auditions, I'm sure.
What a
But
time for Pat
to,
to be punter right now. He wouldn't have even punted yet.
wouldn't even
We
be
do have
punted.
a
Yeah,
punt. We do have a punt,
his
but
his knee
they
would be
fouled
okay.
us. Yeah, they fouled us on the punt. So technically he has got out there and did something one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but it didn't count. But we may have a couple of failed fourth downs, but
hmm
I'm good with it. At least he's not going out there, every fourth down and goal and going for it. I think Steichen's making better calls. He's making better judgment calls and going for it when it makes sense,
Yeah.
and taking the points when he needs to. Because how many times have I texted you during games and been like, just take the freaking points, dude.
There's still a lot of coaches doing that though, and we will get to that
Mm,
here later. But yeah,
stupid.
I feel like so far our fourth downs have actually made sense. They're
Mm,
actually within the analytics and the common sense. I'm like, wow, hey, this is a whole new play calling system we got going, and it's
yeah,
beautiful. It's beautiful.
it's nice. It's
I thought
nice.
they paid for those two PIs that they did not call for us, right? Then he turned around and
Hmm.
gave them all those. I thought that was another reason that you say leverage happens. Those PIs, they're grabbing guys on the collar, and
Yeah.
we can't jump up, and it's like, well, but that's not really foul. I don't know what Xavier Howard said to that ref in the corner, but he wasn't having it. He was like, I'm gonna call it on you
Yeah.
every single time.
Mm, oh yeah. He had it out for him.
Yep.
But
I think he
the
called.
mugging that was taking place, it was it was ridiculous that first couple drives. It was just like it seemed like we were getting mugged.
Yeah. Like, wow, the Denver's defense looks really good when they're allowed to foul us the whole time.
That's your
Like,
toughest D in the league, yeah, when they're allowed to pull and rip.
for sure. I thought that the Schrader being perfect and the commentators, I would kept saying it over. I'm like, please stop. Obviously, eventually, newsflash to everyone, he's probably going to
Hmm.
miss a kick eventually. It's not like he's going to be 100%
Eventually,
his entire career, right? And of
yeah.
course, you put him in an impossible, what I thought, 60 yards. We really did not try to get extra yards there. I thought that if we're talking blunders or bad coaching, that was probably the worst thing he's done this season was just really falling into a 60-yard field goal with what essentially
Hmm.
is a rookie kicker. That's a big spot to put that
Yeah.
kicker in who hasn't missed.
Yeah, I'd like to see him be a little bit more aggressive, maybe throw once or twice, even if
Yeah.
it's just to like JT or
Hmm.
Tyler Warren's always there, it seems like. So
Yeah.
he's working out really well, but something. I mean, if he really has that much belief in Schrader's leg, then I mean, okay, but we haven't seen it yet.
Who knows the distance and the accuracy? 60 is not. I know everyone else is doing it because they want to be cool, but that is not an easy kick. I know it's the new cool thing,
No.
but that is a tough, tough kick. And
Yeah.
we could have. How many times do you thought that Daniel Jones could have RPO'd into his own read option? I felt like a couple times they were crashing so hard on Jonathan Taylor, especially late in the game.
Yeah.
How many times did it look like when Daniel Jones let that ball go, you just wanted just still have it. You have the
Mhm.
most amazing lane to run, especially to his right.
Yeah.
And he always let that ball go to Jonathan Taylor. And I was like, man, missed opportunity. I know they don't want to run him a lot, but obviously he's athletic and you
Yeah.
might want to do it once a game.
Well, maybe they have PTSD from when he had the turf monster that time in New York, and he
Listen, we'll
just
never forget. There was
no, never
lava,
forget.
literally. There was lava.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and you don't want him to take too many hits. I mean, I know he's a tough guy, but if he takes too many hits, I mean,
He
there's a
is
reason you
tough.
picked him over AR. You know what I mean?
He's a tough son of a gun, though. I mean, I
He
got to give
is.
it to him. He's one of those guys where it's like if David Carr ended up on a different team at some point in his career, like what could have been? Like he just had
What
a
could have been?
different opportunity. Like does David Carr did he ever play for anyone else but the Texans? And Dwight Freeney and
Well, yeah, he did. He did, but I mean, nothing of relevance because
no, yeah, I didn't even
I
remember.
think he
Yeah,
broke every bone in his body. The poor guy, he got sacked like I want to say 70 or 80 times his rookie year, and it was
for sure.
ugh.
Ugh, it was
Yeah.
rough.
Just
And the
let's not do that though.
like, I'm glad we started with the Colts too because the 4th and 1. They didn't
Hmm.
even go to the visual, right? We don't have a chain gang anymore. So, hey
Hmm.
everyone, we got this digital thing. It's really cool. We got the GPS in the ball. We're gonna have the line of scrimmage and then the first down mark. We haven't seen that. Even red zone, he's Hanson's saying, hey, yeah, we're gonna be able to show you this first ever. I haven't seen it. Not one still shot,
Hmm.
not one picture. They're just like looking at it for themselves, and then they're like, "Yeah, hey, he
Yeah.
got it." And I'm like, he didn't get it though. He was very
Yeah.
much short, and it's like we're not even
Hmm.
going to give a visual. We're not getting like a yellow line on a digital football field with like they're not going to show that at all.
Hmm.
We're just going to trust the NFL to
Yeah.
tell us the call. Like
Yeah.
I don't
He
know,
looked a good at least half yard,
half at least a half.
but I don't know. I'm one of those guys that's like, even if it's a half a yard, just give him the damn thing. But I haven't seen the first time I saw the virtual marker was I think the Philly and Chiefs game right there at the end when they
I
did
hadn't
like
seen it yet. Did they do it on
three
the Chiefs
tushes in a
game?
row.
Okay, I hadn't
It
even seen it.
was yeah. I mean, it was not nothing to write home about, of course, but it's like that's the first time I saw. It. It's like, oh, it is an option.
In the Eagles game where we know that all they do is get first downs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep. Every time.
every single time. Did you have anything to add for the Colts game?
Just really, really impressed with how everything's looking. I mean, Danny's putting the ball in the right spot every single time. It's like
Mhm.
only our guys can get to it. He's not being dangerous with it. He's got time to throw it. He can move around, and that's just seeing how he reads. He can do pre snap reads really well. He can move around a little bit better. I mean, AR can move too,
Mhm.
but I think it's the decision making
Yeah.
that Daniel Jones is actually able to do that for whatever reason. Richardson's just not there yet. He can be, and he could be,
Could be.
but I unfortunately, if he's going to become that, I just don't think he's going to become that here. I just think if Daniel Jones continues this way, he's gonna be a Colt the rest of his career.
Hmm. And shout out to Taylor, who has obviously been
Mm-hmm.
great. 200 scrimmage yards. He's been great, worth every dollar.
Yep,
And
every
then
dollar.
Cam Bynum, who has the best celebrations out there now. He's got
Celebration of the year, dude.
what I'm calling
Celebration of
the
the year.
first one. I'm calling fish out of water. I don't know how else to describe it except for what a fish looks like when it's been caught, but it's on the bank and he just
Mm-hmm.
doesn't know how to get
Just
back to the water. And obviously celebrating with our mascot, doing that thing like that's the
yeah,
mascot's move. That was just perfect. He's like a Colt for life already, and it's only 2 games.
yep, yep. The blue celebration was
Yeah,
amazing. I laughed my
100%.
ass off.
So yeah, he apparently the mascot had no idea that it was going to happen. I guess is what we were told. So the mascot went with it, and it was one of the most perfect moments of the whole week. So
Great television.
100%. So we'll move on to the beginning of the week, which was a bit Thursday night football game. This was kind of a clash of two really big teams, Commanders and Packers from last season. Packers look a lot better. My headline I put was Packers for real.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you only do is you add one defensive guy in a trade, but they look different. Everybody
Mm.
just looks different. The juice is flowing in Green Bay.
Yeah, it looks like they got everybody on the same page up there. Jordan Love's looking really good. He's looking he's looking every bit what they thought he would be,
Mhm.
and it's the same kind of recipe that they used for Rodgers. Backing up Favre for a couple years, and then they had Love backing up Rodgers for a couple years, and now he's coming, and like the third year, it just clicks,
Yeah.
and then they're good. Rodgers had that really good defense
Mhm.
for their Super Bowl run, and they could every bit be a Super Bowl threat this year. Um, you know, Jerry coming down with some Alzheimer's and letting Micah Parsons go for a loaf of bread. That was that was probably one of the biggest blunders
You
ever.
for, you forget he got a current Pro Bowler and he got two future Pro Bowlers. Obviously, you have to make that deal. Obviously.
All right, a loaf of gluten-free bread. I mean,
It costs
it's
more.
more
It
expensive, I
matters.
guess, but yeah, then you won't
I
get binded up.
examining the Commanders, I am a little concerned. Everybody, we've seen everyone. Stroud has had the sophomore slump. I don't necessarily think Daniels is playing more poorly or anything, but he's not getting
No.
the ball downfield. In that Green Bay game, everything was short. Every single pass was short of like 10 or 12 yards, it seemed like, at least the completed ones.
Mm,
And they're not running the ball. You see Eckler go with an Achilles late in his career. That
yeah.
sucks, and you don't have you traded Robinson away. You don't. That's like two losses there, where a team where you probably thought you were going to be a contender, and you lose two running backs right away, and you really need that running game to help the passing game. And it just seemed like Green Bay was keyed in on everything that they were
Mm.
probably not capable of doing.
Yeah, all you got to do is pretty much the Commanders eliminate that deep threat. They're just in that too high shell the whole
Mm-hmm.
time, and I think Daniels can find a way out of it. But they really outside of McLaurin, he's like their only deep threat really.
Mm-hmm.
Debo is your Swiss Army knife, of course. He can do a little bit of everything, but he may have to go and do a little bit more to help recover. An Eckler, losing him, and then Krosky Merritt.
Mm-hmm.
He looks fine
He looks fine.
from everything that I've seen and on all that. But I mean, I think everybody on the Commanders side, outside of Zach Ertz and Debo, looked sluggish, and they really didn't look like they were doing much. But maybe it's just one of those, hey, this is 5 days, 4 days after the first game of the year. We
True.
were hyped. We were
Yeah.
hyped up and we were ready to go. And then we played an entire game, got the hell beat out of us, and then
Yeah.
now we got to fly to Green Bay, and then on Thursday, no thanks.
Yeah. That's true. I didn't even think about being in a short week. The amount of things you're going to show them are a little bit less than a normal
Mm-hmm.
week. You have less time to prepare. So, yeah, they may not have had a lot of exquisite looks for Green Bay, and without that, Green
Mm-hmm.
Bay was able to key on every little detail that they were able to bring. It too much too much chalk to bring to the Green
Yeah.
Bay, and they were able to
Yep.
just. Why was the game not in DC? That was September 11th. I was very
Mm,
surprised that last year we had the was it the Rogers show or something, or the year before when he tears his
mm-hmm.
Achilles. It's this big thing in New York. I just
Yeah.
assumed that Commanders Green Bay was in DC, and it wasn't. I'm like, we're in Green Bay for 9/11. I thought that was a little odd.
Yeah. You would think maybe, but
The big cheese.
maybe they yeah, maybe they didn't, maybe they just didn't want all that heat. They didn't want the
Maybe.
smoke.
Maybe. I thought the one play I loved in that game. And with Josh Jacobs, who's I think being a little bit quieter, but he's a very solid back for you. The way they like to
Mm,
line up on the one play, their touchdown to Dobbs, they lined up everybody on the left side. They had like double tight end on the left, and they had Dobbs all the way out on the right by himself. They ran that play where every lineman pushed left, and the running back came up like he was. It looked so much like a running play, but it was a slant to Dobbs. And that's just like that
mm,
key detail where I'm just like, that is that hierarchy of play calling. You really are convincing that
mm.
team. Whatever they had seen maybe moments ago on a run play to Jacobs, you got them fooled because they were not committed to stopping that slant. He was on the backside of Dobbs, and that was an easy touchdown. I just thought that was beautiful
Mm.
schematics just to
Yeah.
convince them.
Deception.
Yeah. What's that?
Deception.
Yeah.
Deception. The old okey doke go one way and make them
Mhm.
think you're going one way, and then knock
It
them out
wasn't
from the other
even
side.
it wasn't even a play action. That was why I thought it was just
Mm-mm.
so beautiful. The whole team fell for a three-step drop slant because it still looks so much like a running play. The quarterback didn't even turn around, and they treated exactly like play action. I was just like, man, that was good.
Yeah. Yeah. It was definitely very well drawn up.
Yeah.
But that's hey, that's what they do.
Yeah. Hey, is Kraft a guy?
I think
They're
Kraft's
tied
the
in for Green
guy.
Bay? Huh?
I think he's the guy. I think
He's
he's their. I think he's their number one option. I
he's
mean,
tough.
you got Dobbs and and Reed and everything, but
Mhm.
he might be the first guy. I mean, he really blew up.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been really going back to the end of last year. Him and Jordan Love kind of worked out, and now it's like, oh shit, they got a tight end now.
Doesn't it feel like there's like 20 good tight ends in the NFL now? Like, doesn't it feel like there's a few at the very top, but then there's like a group of 15 tight ends that you're just like, hey, those guys are kind of good. Like Ferguson,
Yeah,
there's so many tight ends. Schultz, like these veteran. I feel like we just have a lot of veteran tight ends with some young ones, and they all seem to be guys you're like can get 5, 6 catches about every week. You know they're a part of the offense and part of the game plan.
yeah. It's definitely, I think, a bigger pool of tight up to really good tight ends that than there has been, at least in recent years.
Hmm.
You got yeah, you got him. I mean, Zach Ertz is still a dude.
He's still
I mean,
decent, yeah.
come on. I mean, he
Mhm.
he had a pretty good game too.
Yes.
But I think tight end is in a really good spot, and like with Kelsey's getting up there, um, so you're gonna have a lot of people are gonna be taking over his mantle, because this is probably his last year, or next year will be. So him and Taylor can go retire on their farm or wherever they're gonna go.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a phase that he helped create,
Hmm.
and I think the
National tight end.
NFL, oh dude,
Him and
it's
Kittle,
such a
everybody.
it's an underrated position that's gotten really really important,
Hmm.
and it's even more focused in on them now where
Hmm.
it's like, okay, well, we got this receiver, we got that receiver, we got that receiver, we got this running back. Can
Hmm.
you cover all those guys? Oh yeah, we have a tight end too. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah. And someone you
So,
don't talk about with Green Bay is that Christian Watson's still out. And he's never healthy, but the size of him, and you already have Kraft, and you have the speed
mhm.
on the outside, you got Golden, who's a rookie. It just feels like they are loaded with weapons.
Yeah, they're gonna be. It just those guys they're gonna be a really tough out this year, and
Mhm.
if they don't keep those guys out of the number one or number two slot, I they're gonna go to the Super Bowl. I mean, that's just all there is to it. If
Yeah.
you give those guys home field,
Yeah.
everyone else is screwed.
Shout out to the NFC. You do not want to go to Lambeau in January. I'm
No,
just telling you now. We all
no.
see
Well,
it.
you don't want to go to Philly either, but
True.
I
True.
mean, it looks like you're gonna have to go to one of those two places if you're gonna go.
Yeah. It does. It feels like they're the two best teams, period, regardless
Hmm.
of side. So
For sure.
it feels like one of them definitely will end up in the Super Bowl since they might be the two best teams in the whole NFL.
Yeah,
Put
absolutely.
your bets out there. You heard it from here first, guys.
Yeah, yeah. Don't blame us when you lose though.
Let's see what else I got. The field goals in that game were kind of pitiful. Former kicker for us, Matt Gay, he was doinking. He was the doinking general out there. He
Yeah,
couldn't stop doinking. And
yeah,
what was who's the Packers kicker now? I'm drawing a blank. He
yeah.
doinked or something or missed a wide one as well. So
Is
they
it
were all like three
McManus?
of them. Huh?
Is
Who's
it
it?
McManus?
Yes, McManus, the Broncos, the former. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
They could not buy a
yeah.
field goal there for a
He
minute. It was
had
like
a
three straight misses in a row.
a couple of doink the clowns.
A couple of them. But yeah, also Reed break the collarbone. I don't know if anybody saw the play. When Reed broke his collarbone, that guy wasn't letting go. I don't think he knew that his collarbone was broke. At least I hope not, because Dick
Oh, if he
move.
did.
Dick
Woo!
move.
Dick
He had
move.
him wrapped up and basically took his arms away, so he lands on his collarbone, and then he ain't letting go. And it's like, well, I bet that boy's moving all around, and I bet that was very painful. But should be able to probably be back in the next, 6 to 8 weeks, maybe,
Yeah.
maybe 9 or 10, depending.
Yep. Well, they're gonna need their guys to get healthy, man. He's a weapon and he's a problem. So when
Yes.
you take him out, they're gonna struggle. But they do have guys coming up behind him, like you said, Golden.
Hmm.
He'll be all right.
Yeah.
And then Kraft, he's always gonna be. I think he's always gonna be there. So they still got options. They still got players. But I think they'll be fine.
All right. Well, moving on. This is kind of a crap game, but we gotta cover them. We gotta cover them. Um,
Yeah.
the headline is Browns QB question mark.
Mhm.
Who knows? There's an entire turnstile of QBs as if they're gumballs in a gumball machine in there. Who knows
Yeah.
if you put the 25 cents in, which one's gonna come out? We don't know. Uh, what do you got? You got anything you want to talk about, Jay, with that game?
Uh, yeah, if Lamar can complete 19 passes and only run it two times, throw four TDs, and Derrick Henry only has 23 yards and you win 41-17, your team might be ass. They just might
The
be.
Brownies.
I mean, they're the Browns are going to brown. We
They're
know Browns are going to brown. But I mean, holy crap, at this point, I don't think it matters. I don't think you should throw Shador or Gabriel in just yet, but
Gabriel got some
because
play though. I noticed he got in.
I think Cleveland actually plays the Packers this week.
Don't do that.
You don't want to put those guys not against them. No,
Nope.
no, no, no.
Joe
If you're
Flacco.
gonna let
No.
if you're gonna let somebody go in there and just get assaulted, it better be the old guy who's close to retirement and you're not really spending much money on.
Like the
So
replacements. He's going to jail anyway.
yeah,
I'll lead the
yeah,
way.
little,
Just get that lineman out
yeah.
there to lead the way. Maybe block for him a few times. That might be a good idea.
Yeah, I don't know if that'll even help. Um, But yeah, I mean, Cleveland, the only, if you're going to look at one positive for them, all three of their running backs had an okay game.
They have a
You know,
nice running back room, yeah.
they got a great running back room. I mean,
Hmm.
they got rid of Nick Chubb, which is questionable, but I mean, outside of Ford, the other two guys, Dylan Sampson got in the end zone. He had a
Hmm.
couple good catches.
They have two rookie running backs that are
Judkins,
nice.
yeah, Judkins for not having
Hmm.
very much practice time or anything because of legal issues. Buckeye. But um, he looked like he could be a dude. So I'm supposed to not be so biased when those guys go to the NFL, and I'm trying to stay
To
to my
be
word.
fair, he just played his first game a few days ago,
He
so
just played his first
it's
game,
okay.
and he had 10 carries, 61 yards, 3 catches, 10 yards.
He had a hell of a stiff arm. He had a get him
Oh,
out the club kind of stiff arm.
baptized.
Ooh,
Yeah, dude got baptized. But I mean,
clearly the talent is there.
it's definitely there, and they do have players, but I mean, some has to change, and it's probably got to be ownership.
Yeah.
Something that has to do with ownership, GM. They're probably going to have to clean house
Hmm.
and start all over again.
Again.
And I think it all started when they got rid of Baker. Baker was the best thing that happened to that team, and then they went to the playoffs, won a playoff game. They had an under 500 season the next season, and then they let him go.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
look what he's doing now. So I think the Browns deserve every bad thing that happens to him this year. They threw the house at Deshaun Watson even
That
after the
is, we
allegations.
can't forget about that. That is true.
You know,
I
oh
haven't
my
seen him
goodness.
play, but yeah.
Yeah, so I think they deserve it. They can come back, not this year, but they can come back from it and be competitive. But yeah, total domination by the Ravens.
Hmm.
That's about it.
I thought it was interesting when I looked at it when you're talking Browns running backs. The Browns ran the ball better than the Ravens, and they lost by a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
That
When
is
when
unbelievable
when
to me.
when was the last time somebody held Derrick Henry to under 25 yards
Mhm.
and they got slammed by almost 30 points?
Oh, and also, by the way, Lamar Jackson's the quarterback, and
Yeah.
they still got
Well,
outrushed by the Browns.
yeah. It's terrible, terrible.
I uh, I thought that maybe they should have pulled Flacco sooner. Uh, you got two quarterbacks to give a run. You got to give a series to Dillon. You got to give another one to Stewart. I feel like you owe
Yeah.
it to the fans to show, hey, we're getting the shit kicked out of us. So here you go. I'm giving you what you paid for. You're gonna
Yep.
have fans that want Gabriel, and you're gonna have fans that want Sanders, and in that case, you have make everybody happy.
Yeah. Well, I don't think happiness is achievable in Cleveland this year. I think it's going to be a dark, miserable season for those guys.
Go Cavs!
Now, yeah, they're waiting for the Cavs to start.
I thought was interesting too. One more point. It was 3-10 at halftime.
Yeah.
17-41. It was three
Yeah.
to ten at halftime, and Hopkins catches that one ball that was beautiful, but he gets called at the 1 yard line.
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland stopped them and made them kick a field goal. And you're just like,
Mm-hmm.
the juice is flowing. But it turns out the only thing good on Cleveland is the defense and maybe some young
Yeah.
running backs. That's it. I mean,
Yeah.
Judy was a no-show mostly. Tillman, he caught that very lucky tip drill catch. Which,
Mm-hmm.
hey, I had him in fantasy, but that that was
Oh, hey, that's all that matters.
yeah. I mean, that's all that matters. But that was lucky. And they were in third and longs the whole game. Joe Flacco was in third and
Yeah.
12 just about every single series. So what can you do?
Yeah.
You can't win.
No. Something's got to change there, dude.
Mm.
Again.
Can't even tell you who the coach is, to be totally honest with the Browns. Hugh Jackson? No, that ain't it. Like it's just not. It's Kitchens? That
You
ain't it.
got. You got. You got.
Whoever.
It might as well be.
Yeah.
You might as well be. I
And
mean,
there's no culture in the Watson trade. They are just doomed again. When you thought they might have a shot,
yeah,
they're doomed.
yeah. I mean, it sucks because Stefanski's got two coach. I think is it two coach of the years or just one? But
Yeah, yeah,
I
I
mean,
think so.
he can coach his ass off too. But it's like you got to give him some. You got to give him some guys.
Hmm. Moving on to what I thought before the craziness in one game. I thought this game
Mm-hmm.
was the best game of 1 o'clock, which was the Jags and the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously a lot of stuff coming out after that game, the injury to Joe Burrow, which really sucks. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it feels like every other year he takes a major injury, and it kind of feels like he
Yeah,
gets banged up every year.
yeah. You got it's just like as much as I want to rag on Andrew Luck, it seems like the same thing is happening to Joe Burrow. They're not giving him any protection.
Mm-mm. Like
Hey, he's got
29th every year, I think it said in the
yeah,
Pro Football Focus his last 5 years,
not
29th,
good enough.
30th every year.
Yeah, not good enough. You got Jamar Chase, you got T Higgins, you got Chase Brown. I mean, you got dudes. Protect them. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to start making better choices of either drafting your linemen or going after free agents or something. But if I was Joe Burrow, I would not start playing until like you guys get me a damn line already, or I'm just gonna sit.
I would like to point out, however crazy it may seem now, and the draft, I think me and you might even have document of it. When they were up and it was Jamar Chase coming, as sexy as
Mm,
that was, I was like, you should draft Penei Sewell. And he
yeah.
goes to the Lions. And now, how important does that position look now? I don't couldn't tell you who her
Mm-hmm.
left tackle is now, and that line
Mm-hmm.
perpetually fails game in and game out. And as nice as these shiny toys that make a bunch of money are, and they are fantastic, best in the league, you
Yeah.
can't win. No offense, you can't win a championship with Browning. And if you
No.
do, what does that say to a Joe Burrow? You're going to Carson Wentz him to some other team.
No. Yeah. Anybody can kind of pick apart that draft and say, well, they got Chase.
Yeah,
Well, yeah. Now you're paying him a lot of money, and you can't afford a line for your franchise quarterback.
yeah.
And you dumped a lot of money in on him. You dumped a lot of money on T Higgins. You dumped a lot of money on Joe Burrow. You granted you didn't probably dump a lot of money into Trey Hendrickson, but it's enough for a 1 year deal.
It feels
And
like
it's
they were
like,
going for it with who they were paying, and
yeah,
to have Burrow go down again, it's just like, man, they can't catch a
hmm
break.
yeah, they were going for it. Well, now they got it. It's like okay, well, oh, I guess we'll call him Toe Burrow now. He's going to be 3 months because of a damn toe
Oh.
because these guys could not stop a nosebleed. They can't stop anything. And
And what was
if
it
he doesn't throw
normal?
that ball in a second and a half, he's sacked or he's getting hit. And
And
it's pathetic.
it was a normal tackle. It
Yeah.
wasn't, you're used to seeing concussions and shoulder injuries, and this was a tackle where he got wrapped up, he went to the ground, and you go, oh, his foot got stuck for just a second, and now he's out for
Mm-hmm.
3 months.
Yeah. Yeah. It kind of takes me back too to when Carson Wentz blew both his ankles out, on that one play.
And he
And
came right back
as bad as
in.
that looked, he was playing right back the next week, even though he played like crap. But he was right back in there the next week, and now Joe Burrow's got to be out because of a toe.
Ato.
One toe.
My headline here though, because we have to talk all the way about both. Jags lose or Bengals win. What's your take on that?
I say Bengals win, dude. Jake effing Browning, dude.
Wow.
Come out. Heck with it. Jamar Chase is out there somewhere.
We do know that
Just
Browning
wing.
got 3 picks.
So they won.
Oh, I didn't know
They
that.
won.
Did they
Yeah,
win?
dude was just, hey, I don't give a damn. We're just gonna go. And
What's that
he was,
NW? W.
yeah, it's a, but I mean, they're gonna be. I think they're gonna be fine. I think they can still get to the playoffs with Browning. He helped. What was that 2 years ago when Burrow was
Yeah.
knocked out? I mean,
Browning
I can't remember
Browning
if they
had
made the playoffs or not, but
I think it was a high school stat. He had like 83 touchdowns in high school his senior year. So I
mm-hmm,
think he could probably, and again, it's high school, but it's like
mm-hmm,
the fifth most ever. So like,
yeah,
I think he's capable of taking them, especially bright side, they're 2-0. When's that
yeah.
happen for the
Well,
Bengals?
yeah, even at Washington too. I remember him. He was at Washington before Penix and those guys came in. He was slinging it there. I mean,
Yeah.
he was just
Mhm.
all down the field. He didn't give a damn.
Yeah.
He's
He
got
was a
it. He's
Heisman
got a hell of
candidate
a
that year
cannon.
too. Yeah.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
on the early list for Heisman.
yeah. So I think the Bengals will be fine. Maybe I don't think they're going to win the division over Baltimore, but I think they could probably still sneak into a wild card spot. But it, if you can't protect Joe Burrow, you better protect Browning at least a little bit better than what you did before, because I have no idea who they're going to go out and recruit in Cincinnati to take his spot if he goes down.
We heard
They're going to
old
have to tighten
Dalton.
up.
Well, Dalton's he's available. Mr.
Old Red
Dalton,
Rifle,
the Red Rifle
Andy
Dalton.
Dalton. Yeah, he's going to have to
Might be
get a
calling.
driver, though. He likes to have car accidents
You
before
might be
games.
calling Atlanta for Kirk Cousins.
Oh, God.
You just get hit too. I feel for the guy. He's taken so many injuries. If you watch the quarterback Netflix series, I swear during some of those games and during the whole documentary, you just hear, "Oh!"
Oh.
He is holding ribs almost every episode. He is getting up off
Yeah.
off the what I would say pavement because that's how much it's hurting. But we
Mm-hmm.
can't gloss over the Jags. I have to say the Jags absolutely lost that game because they're clown town. That's what they
Clown
do.
time. Yeah.
I put it on here. We got Lawrence throws 3 picks in the first half. One of them gets called back. Whatever. He threw it right to the
Mm-hmm.
guy. He got lucky.
Yeah.
In the first half, Jags take the ball from them. They take the ball on a pick up 3. What do? They go on 3rd and 14, draw play. Oh, okay. They're going to settle for a field goal. Ah, no, they're not. Liam Cohen. Oh, I'm a nice new head coach. Look at me. I'm
Yeah.
gonna do. No, you're gonna steichen it up. We already seen this
Yeah.
movie before. Fourth and five.
Duval.
4th and 5, and they went for it. You have a field goal.
Stupid.
You go up 6, and you put it on Browning to get a touchdown. Now he got it,
Mm-hmm.
but even
Yeah.
think that way about it. He gets that touchdown. You're down 1. You have
Mm-hmm.
18 seconds to get to midfield. Did Cam Little kick a 70-yard field goal in preseason, or did he
I
not?
think so. I think so.
Dallas
You have
uses no
every
weapon at kicker. What are we doing in
yeah.
Jacksonville?
Yeah, they should have absolute trust in that dude's hoof.
He's a young,
He can
strong
do
leg.
yeah.
Oh,
So I don't know why you go for it. That's some shit Shane Steichen does last year.
the
Where
analytics.
it's like, dude, what are you doing? Take your data center crap away. Just throw it. Do what makes common sense.
The
Take
analytics,
points.
they don't make
Put more
sense to me.
pressure.
They say
No.
analytics. They say, and in the press conference, he says, that's a go every time. It's a go
Yeah.
every time. If
Yeah.
you're up 3 on the Browns, you're going to just
Mm-hmm.
go for it. You're not going to say, hey, beat us. We're up 6. You're
Yeah.
going to go every time for a 34
Mm-hmm.
yard field goal. What? Like at some point,
Yeah.
we forgot how to win football games, and we've learned the new ways on how to try to not lose the football game. You're worried so
Mm-hmm.
much about how will we lose. Well, you'll lose if you freaking put the 4th and 5
Yeah.
up. You 4th and 5.
Yeah.
What are you doing? It's not a
Yeah.
2, it's a 1. It's at 5 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Well,
get.
it puts the anal in analytics. It really does. It pisses me off sometimes to no end. Where it's like, well, the numbers show us. Well, what does common sense show you? Common sense shows you got a guy who can kick this ball into space and go up 6, and you put a little bit more pressure on the backup guy. Granted, he's been throwing piss
It's not
missiles,
even
but
Burrow. It's the
it's not
backup.
even Joe Burrow. Yeah, it's the backup guy. But I mean, have a little bit of faith in your defense, a little bit. Just play prevent. Holy hell, what an option!
Now, I will say one saving thing for the Jags. They kind of got
Hmm.
screwed. Travis Hunter did not foul that guy.
He
That
didn't.
was not
No,
a PI.
nope.
That
I
was
will
a
go down
bad
all day.
call.
Yeah, that was a very bad call, but bad calls bring bad calls.
Yeah.
When you choose to go for it on 4th and 5,
Mm-hmm.
don't be surprised if your defense does something stupid.
Mm.
Because the refs are gonna call something stupid and say, "Hey, we're gonna learn you a lesson here, dude. You shouldn't have went for it on 4th and 5.
Mm.
Because you did and you did something stupid. We have to throw a flag on something that didn't really happen because
Because
we
we're
should have
just
been able to throw a flag on you for what you decided to do."
they're making up for that tit thing. They're like, no, you did that. We gotta do something crazy here.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
I will
But
say I like their backup running back. I see why they traded Tank Bigsby. He was pretty good. I'm gonna
mm-hmm.
call him Scootin' Tootin'.
Schooling,
I thought he
tooling.
was scooting around there. Got a nice little screen and took it for a
Mm,
touchdown. I'm like, okay, so they have a kind of another
yeah,
ETN, of all-purpose kind of running back to back him up. Kind of sets up the way like a Bucky Irving and a Rashad White are. I'm like, okay,
yeah.
I'm vibing it. I think that's a good move. That Tank Bigsby was a strong back and everything, and they were just kind of
Mm,
like, you know what, let's play faster. I'm okay with that move.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, it made sense. Might as well. I mean, he's going to be productive. He looks like he's going to be a real viable backup guy.
Hmm.
Um, a little change of pace maybe, but yeah, Tank gave you that between the tackles option. That Tootin maybe that same kind of guy, but
Hmm.
I don't know. He might be like you said more of an ETN guy. He's not really the bruiser,
No,
but I think if you want somebody to come in when the D line is wore out and he can still burn you.
yeah.
So I think he's going to be a dude, and they're going to have. They got a decent offense down there in Duval, but again, it's the decision making that's probably going to burn them a few times. It's Cohen doing that stuff already. Uh,
Hmm.
Holy hell, watch out!
Yeah, we feel that pain, Jacksonville, you clown town. Um,
Yeah, give him a year. Give him a year.
moving on. What was the game of 1 o'clock? Five touchdown changes for leads in the fourth quarter. What do the
Yeah.
Giants do from here? Because they have a crap game in game one. And then you
Mm-hmm.
got Russ. He absolutely cooked. He cooked for 68 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately, at that point, Father Time started to tap his shoulder, and then the ball went about 15 yards from his receiver. Really just
Mm-hmm.
bad timing on Father Time. He just kind of, right when he was throwing the ball.
Yeah, that was bad. But I mean, dude, he still has probably the prettiest deep ball.
Best deep
I don't
ball, him and
care. I mean, you
Rogers.
bar none, man. I mean, Russell Wilson. You talk about piss missiles, dude. That dude can throw it,
Mhm.
and it looks beautiful when you're just looking at it. It looks like it freezes almost,
Oh, yeah.
and it stops at the top of the arc and just says, "You're probably wondering how I got here." But then it finds its way to whoever it's going to. You see like two defenders running with the receiver, but it right
Yeah.
right in the hands. Neighbors had a hell of a catch. Robinson had a hell of a catch right there towards the goal line.
You could see
Like
why Neighbors
man,
was pissed last week. He's like,
mm-hmm.
"Where's that deep ball I've been told about? This is Russell Wilson."
Yeah,
And then they aired that sucker out, and he's just
yeah.
running under
I
a
didn't
ball.
see I didn't see that deep ball really in Denver and Pittsburgh out of him.
No,
And
he hadn't
then
really.
it seems like Sunday it reminded us like I'm Russell Wilson, dude. I can throw rockets when I want to,
Did it feel
but
like
you
a little
throw
bit
it.
of pressure? A little pressure on from Jackson Dart and everybody from week one? Did he
I
kind of
don't.
respond to pressure, we think?
He could. I don't know why they put Dart in on them couple plays. It's like why? Okay, I get it. I mean, it woke the beast up, but
Yeah.
shit. I mean,
They were back and
I don't
forth
know.
with them. I'm like, well, how
I
does that make any sense?
Yeah. Well, as I can preach to this whole bringing in two quarterbacks because being a Michigan fan, we did it with McNamara and JJ. It would seem like every time McNamara got on a run, They
Hmm.
put in JJ, and just like McCarthy's going to run it, or Alex Orji's going to run it.
Hmm.
It's like, okay, why do that? And then you try to bring JJ back in, he's going to throw an incomplete pass on a third down. It's like, don't do the two QB crap, because the other team's going to know exactly what you're doing. You're only going to bring them in to run. You're not really bringing them in to throw. And if you do, it's going to be an RPO rollout, maybe 3 or 4 yards, and that's about it. So just leave the dudes in already. If you're gonna put Jackson in, put him in.
Yeah.
Don't do that crap. But I think Russ proved he should get a little bit more than the first 4 games.
Yeah.
I think if they start 0-5, 0-6, then okay, give the keys to the kid, see what he has. Russ is gone in the offseason anyway if he
Hmm.
doesn't retire.
Yeah.
Um, and Dart's going to be the guy going forward anyway. So give it to him if they have a really bad start. But I think Russ definitely earned himself at least a couple more games.
Okay. What was with that lineman for the Giants? That guy was trying to maul the dude or something. I don't know what he said, but it
He
just seemed
took
like
a
every time he turned around, he was trying to hurt him really bad.
yeah, he
And
whiffed
they
really
they
hard. It's a
they
good thing it
finally,
wasn't a real fight.
yeah, they finally took him out. I'm like, he was
Hmm.
killing them, like all that momentum. They're just like, hey, guess what? He did something wrong. There's his flag. I don't
Yeah,
know. He must have got some bad news about his loan or whatever. Somebody told him some bad news. Oh, you mean I ain't getting the car? Or I don't know what it was,
yeah,
but he was very pissed from the jump. That was early. That's first quarter.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. Uh, that game it started off so ugly,
Yeah,
but
it
it,
was
it
slow.
finished off great. I mean, that one play, they had 4 penalties.
Yeah.
Holy crap. I
They
don't
were
think
like
I've ever
third
seen
and
that before.
38 or so. It was something outrageous. Yeah.
Yeah, there was I think 2 pass interferences and a holding and then something else. There was 2 penalties on each team. It was atrocious. It's like, how do you guys do this? But then, the second half comes around and everything just opened up, man. It was really fun to watch.
Hmm.
Because it's a good thing they cut away from Detroit and Chicago, so we could actually watch that part.
Yeah, that
I was
was
like,
that
wow,
was
yeah,
bad.
Zach, I don't want to see this mauling anymore. Let me see something that's fun.
I can't remember the exact. You might be able to help me. I know that on one drive, I think it was the Giants. They went for it. It was a 4th and 2, and then there was a 4th and 5. One of the
Mm,
times they settled for a field goal, and then the other time they went for it. And I
mm,
think it was the Giants were down one, and they
mm,
go for it, right? Which is some Liam
yeah,
Cohen crap, right? Some analytics. Oh, we're up one. Let's go. Let's go for the touchdown. They don't get it.
mm,
Cowboys go down, get a field goal. Now they're down. Then when they drive down the field, they're like, "Yeah, okay, we better take the field goal." We're like, "What are we doing? You could have already been up three more." When the Cowboys went down, maybe they'd have felt pressure to call a different play,
yeah,
and they might not even get a field goal. You never know what could happen. But instead, you're like giving away points. You're just like,
mm,
"Yeah, we're winning, so let's just go for the touchdown." Like, what is that reasoning? Especially, it wasn't even late in the game. It was like third quarter, second quarter. I'm looking at them.
yeah,
I just don't get it. The analytics doesn't support it. There's no rhyme or reason for it at all.
yeah. Analytics is gonna kill teams in
Yeah.
in this league.
You're gonna lose games over
They,
something like that in the second quarter.
yeah, and I think that's the reason we lost so many the last 2 years.
Yeah, too aggressive.
And I think with Ursay's daughter now running stuff, I think it's like, okay, she's got her earpiece in and everything.
Like, does
Like
this make
she's
sense? No, then
yeah,
let's not do it.
she's a part of stuff and she's learning, which God love her for it.
Yeah, no
But
nonsense.
you know, I think it's something that has should have been happening for a while now, even when the boss was still around.
Hmm.
Hold people accountable, and I think when you're an owner of a team and your coaching staff starts using the excuse of analytics to make stupid decisions,
Hmm.
you need to start holding them accountable. It's like, look, like line them all up and just
And it just feels like some coaches and some teams, they find a coach and then like, oh, they're making some bad decisions and they're being a little aggressive, and they turn right around and they go and they bring in another guy that's really super aggressive and he makes a lot of the same.
Yeah,
Like, to be fair, Denver Broncos, they go, Nathaniel Hackett, this isn't going to work. Super
yeah.
aggressive, nonsense, clock management, the whole thing. Really bad time as a head coach. They bring in Sean Payton. He is so aggressive. So, like, you're going to still get that same mentality. Like, oh no, we
Mm,
got a perfect play for this, and it's like, well, but can we kick the field goal? Can we kick the
yeah,
field goal?
yeah. A lot of that stuff will shut up if you make it.
If you win,
If you convert, if
yeah.
you convert
Mhm.
and you win games, then
Yeah.
yeah, there's no question. Go for it. Hell yeah, why not? But eventually, it's gonna bite you right in the biscuits every time.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Obviously, Aubrey. The what they did, I think, right? Was it the first game? Aubrey had to do what they called a fire drill, field goal, I
Mm-hmm.
believe, where they had
Mm.
no timeouts. Everything. It's, oh, hey, run as fast as you can. They get ready. Bam! Right at the half
Mm.
in the one game, and
Yep.
then this game, he's kicking a walk off at halftime. He's kicking the walk, or I mean, walk off in the fourth quarter, walk off in the overtime. And it's
Yep.
just like, is this guy not the best weapon that's not a running back, receiver, tight end? Like the weapons,
Mm-hmm.
it's almost like you're throwing him the ball. Is he not like the best
Yeah.
weapon in the NFL right now?
I don't know about weapon, but he's definitely the absolute best kicker in the league, bar none.
Yeah.
He's there's nobody close. Even if Tucker was still in the league, I would say Aubrey is the number one hoof
hmm
in the entire league. Dude
I
can
would
kick it from the other end zone and probably make it.
I would put Boz for the Steelers at 2. But
Yeah,
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
it's not that
He hit
you
a
don't
60
think of
yarder too.
70 with Boz. You don't
Yeah.
think 70-yarder. So
No, no, Aubrey, you feel good if he's kicking it from 70. You're like, oh, it's definitely going in.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
just,
because that 64 yarder shit that would have been good from 70. When you look at it, it's like, yeah, he was a good 7 or 8 yards above the post.
Fun
Like,
fact,
wow.
he is a former soccer player, right? Of course, a lot of kickers are. His
Mm,
wife, he was a soccer player, and his wife talked to him and was like, could you play football? Could you kick a football the
mm.
same way? She didn't know. And she's asking him, and he's like, I've never really thought about it. And now he's the best kicker in football.
Yeah,
He just went and
yeah,
played and practiced for 2 years, and then he got an opportunity, and it's like he's the best kicker in football.
yeah, yeah. He definitely owes her half.
Yeah.
He definitely. I mean, he should get her whatever she wants.
It's being reported that it was her idea. So,
Hey, they can come up with some good ones here and there.
I thought Javante has been a blessing, and when you really think about it, what makes Dallas feels a little different than they usually are, and I think the biggest thing for
Hmm.
Dallas is you think they can actually run the ball. They actually feel like they can run, and their
Hmm.
poise is different. Dak feels different. There's something about his look or something. He seems mature, veteran esque,
Hmm.
and not making the same silly mistakes. They seem calm. No, they're down, and they just don't seem all that concerned. Like, we'll get them next time. Like they seem very
Hmm.
like ready for the next series and to get back at it. And the running game's really, I think, helping them be balanced.
Yeah, I think so too. Their defense is a little bit more suspect than I thought they were going to be. I thought their defense was going to be pretty good this year,
Yeah.
but at least their back half. I mean, you give away, like I said, you gave away Parsons for some peanuts. Your rush is going to suffer a little bit, but I still thought that their back end of their defense is still really good. But dude, they just got lit up for 500 and some yards.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man. But if they can't tighten that up, if they can't keep the Giants in check, they're probably looking at a 500 season. So, I mean, but Dak, you're right. Dak looks a little bit more poised. He looks like he's going through his progressions a lot better. He looks healthy for the first time in a long time.
He doesn't look
Javante
like
is a weapon, so
he doesn't
they
look
do
like
look better.
his old self. He doesn't look like he's gonna
Mm-mm.
dack it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you don't. It's like you don't have to worry about that. He's not gonna make poor choices. He's gonna find the right guy, and if he can, I mean, he'll pull down and run. He can still run. He looks faster. He looks like he's in better shape. But
Yeah,
I
that
think all
run.
that will be it'll all be for Nye if they don't shore up that defense.
Tell me he didn't steal that run pose from Justin Herbert a week before against the Chiefs. It was the same. He slid and he almost like stopped. He was like, and he did like the same pose. And it's like, wait a minute, hold on. Herbert's got like
Yeah.
some supermodel Madison Beer. It's a new contract,
Hmm.
LA. Like, don't you can't be him. Go full head of hair. You can't
Yeah.
be Justin Herbert. He's his own guy. You gotta be your own guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Calm down, Dak. Calm down.
We set up the next game a little bit with what you mentioned, the one that got turned off, Bears Lions.
Hmm. Yeah, we
I
probably don't need to spend 3 minutes on this.
no, yeah,
It
where's
was.
the clock out? Ready, set. I put Bears showing their rookiness. I don't I don't like how Ben Johnson's
Yeah.
coached. I don't like how Caleb Williams has played. I don't buy that they are cohesively together in any real way. I feel
Hmm.
no togetherness, and I feel all the rookiness of what it means for those two guys who are very new to the NFL in their positions. I feel as though a divorce is coming, and it's only 2 weeks in, but we're gonna overreact. That's what we do, and I don't like it. It's
Yeah.
bad body language.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it was because he was back in Detroit.
Yeah,
But
a lot of pressure.
Caleb, yeah, a little bit. Caleb Williams, I'm not going to sit here and say everything is on him. Dunze had some really bad drops. Um,
He also had a lot of
you
big
know,
catches. He had a
he
big
had
game
some good
still.
catches, yeah, but it's just demoralizing. Like say you hit somebody right in the hands or right in the chest, you're going to get a first down, but no, you're not.
Uh,
But no, you're not. We're punting. It's demoralizing. Your defense is like, going out there. It's like
again,
what I had complained all the time. When we would do stuff like that, it
yeah,
was just like our defense is going to get tired and they're going to hang 40 on us.
yeah,
So it's like it's decision making. Yeah, he had some errant throws, and
yeah,
for some reason, I don't know if it's his mentality where he can't take missing a guy and just let it go and go to the
yeah.
next play. It's like it
Moving to the
sticks with
next
him.
play. Yes.
Yeah, so he has a hard time letting go.
I thought that a lot of times when he's getting rushed and he knows he's about to get hit, it seems like it's
Hmm.
really important to him to get that incompletion out there. And it's like I
Yeah.
get it, but you're gonna get stuck in a position where you get sack fumbled and you're gonna like throw errant passes for interceptions. And it's like a sack is better than the turnover. So he needs to try to be a
Hmm.
little more poised. And unfortunately, if the Bears line isn't going to block, take those hits. I will say
Hmm.
last year, Caleb Williams held the ball in the pocket longer than any NFL quarterback last year, I believe.
Yeah.
So if you
Yeah.
hold the ball longer, you're going to get those consequences. And I
Yeah.
think he's looking for the razzle dazzle play. Things he's allowed to do in USC, he's not allowed to do in the NFL every
Hmm.
play. He's got to, there's
Yeah.
scripted stuff. They go right down the field both games. Their scripted stuff has been good. Everything else
Hmm.
has been bad.
Yeah. Well, maybe if he paints "Don't hit me" on his fingernails, and maybe they'll see that and be like, "Oh, let's stay away."
Right.
But yeah, he's not the problem. He's not the total problem. He
No.
is a small part of the problem, but their line is garbage. I mean, they might even be worse than Cincy's line.
Yeah.
He
That's
can't
true.
he can't sit back there. If he wasn't mobile, if he was a pocket guy, he would probably be dead already or at least sacked 20 times because rolling him out can make your line look a little bit better than what it actually is. And they have a lot of problems out there with that team.
Yeah. I don't know if you could hear this. I hadn't done it yet, but I was playing
Hmm.
this when you said that. Uh, hold on a second. It's a clip from The Simpsons. If anybody knows. Anyway, he's already dead. Um. Anyway. what was I gonna say? The sacks, obviously, big problem. 4-0. So the Bears
Hmm.
aren't. They don't have a pass rush. Um, they're on the
Yeah,
field the
see
whole
it
game.
here
They're
on
tired.
my
Go
notes
ahead.
on Chicago. I know it's backwards, but it says Chicago defense none to be found
Yes, they
because
still are
they
trying
got
to get a sack right now on Detroit.
they got worked hard. And again, I'm if we go into next season and I hear any of the guys talking like, well, this is Caleb Williams' year and well, Chicago's going to be viable. They're going to win the division. Just whoever it is, shut them off.
Shut them
Shut them
down.
off because
Um,
there's no reason they have not given anybody a reason to think that they're going to improve without making changes.
I would call Ben Johnson right now. I think he's going to be Mike McDaniel's light, which basically means you seem, you look, you act like Mike McDaniels. You're a genius,
Mhm.
except he's not going to have the success that McDaniels was able to have for his
Yeah.
couple seasons. That's just
Eh,
me. If I was in
maybe.
Chicago, I'm getting rid of the coach before Caleb Williams, but
Mm,
I know a lot of
I
people will
don't.
disagree with that.
That might be a little bit dramatic. I mean, he was left. He was left with a dumpster fire. Eberflus left
Yeah.
there, and it was there. It was not a good team. It just wasn't.
Yeah.
Now, if you give him, I think if you give him this draft and this free agency period going into 26, I think that they could be better going into next year if you give him some of the ingredients and you let him work his stuff because he ran Detroit's offense for a couple of years and they damn near unstoppable. So I think, but he had the right guys in the right spots. Right now, he's got people who probably shouldn't even be working at a freaking Jewel Osco up there in Chicago, And it's like get these guys off the team and let's get some ballers and get some dogs. Get that dog mentality.
Dog mentality. I'm gonna bring up real quick, and then you keep talking because I better put my charger on this laptop. Um,
Yes, sir.
Goff and the St. Brown celebrations, right? I thought Goff's was a
Mm.
little like, oh, this is what it's like to be in the fans in the stands, and he seemed a little like not sure of himself. St. Brown
Yep.
pretends he pulled his hamstring. If I'm a fan, I don't want you ever to celebrate that ever again.
My heart skipped a beat because I had golf and St. Brown in fantasy, as you well know.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, Jared Goff definitely looked like a dad jumping in the stands, and it was funny to kind of see everybody trying to push him up over that rail and into them kids, and I was like, oh my god, he's gonna smash those little buddies.
I was like,
Uh,
he don't
but
have the hops for it. Mon Ra made him look like a man can't jump kind of deal, if you know what I
yeah,
mean.
I mean, hell no, he ain't got hops. Goff is white as hell. He can't jump. He can't jump over nothing. They're gonna have to put a step stool over there or something. Let him hop up there the right way. But
Yeah,
it was still fun to see. I like watching I like watching Chicago lose with grace. But
Mhm.
especially when I have that great quarterback wide receiver duo doing a lot of damage to people.
Guess what
You know
I
that
did in
that
a
really
different
made me
league? I
happy.
had golf on my bench. Oh, it's so funny.
Hey, you could have reaped the same benefits, but you decided to leave him on the bench, and that's fine.
That is
That's fine.
fine. Yeah, I have the same setup in a different league. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
where are we at here? Let's see. Lions mauled them in the second half. That's what I got. You got the same
Yep.
thing.
That was pretty much it.
All right, moving on to the next game, which that was a little bit of a heartbreaker for again, we segued again because we're really good at this as rookies. We're great.
Yep. We're the
The
best at what we do.
Finns. The Finns can't win. They
Mm-mm.
can't. They found every way to
Nope.
lose that game. 13 straight drives, by the way. They were scored on.
Mm-hmm.
Some of that thanks to the Colts. They were scored on. New England just went right into it. Um, and then the back-to-back touchdowns, which I couldn't even believe. You are in Miami and you get a punt return. The juice, spin move, spin move. You're like, oh
Mm-hmm.
shoot, we're gonna win this game. Holy crap. And then you let
Yeah.
Antonio Gibson go the whole way, the whole distance from here
Yep.
all the way down there.
Yeah,
I couldn't even believe it.
that. Uh, if I'm a Miami fan, I'm like, why am I sitting in the heat for this? It's
There's a peak
95 degrees. It's
over there.
120 on the field.
Yeah.
Why are we doing this?
Oh, I
You
feel
know,
for him. I do.
yeah. Tua had a better game at least.
Yeah.
I think they can look at that. It's like, well, he didn't play like he was concussed.
No, but
You
that
know,
fourth
but
and nine pick was it was really bad. It was very
you
not
could
close.
probably say that was the only mistake he really made.
Yeah, in a
But
really bad time for
god awful
that
timing. But you know, it Jalen Waddle showed up. Tyreek Hill even
time.
showed up.
Hmm.
Achan showed up.
Oh, but he stepped out of
But
bounds. Ouch.
and keep your feet, kid.
Oh,
Keep your feet.
they think they've
Sometimes you
won
just
it
got to do it.
again. Oh, I mean, it's
Yeah,
still
but well, at least they looked better. You know,
yes.
they're definitely not the worst team in the league.
Tua
They're
did
not.
miss. Tua missed Tyreek on that one to the far right, the kind of the post
Hmm.
where it sent Tyreek jumping into as high as he could. I don't
Yeah,
know if that. I
he
don't
was.
know if that was. It could be a receiver route thing. It could have been just the
Hmm.
placement where it's like I have to throw this high because you're
Hmm.
bracketed. A guy behind you, guy this, your guy in front of you. Like I kind of have to
Hmm.
put it up really high. But
Yeah. Well, maybe it was one of those, Tyreek complaining at him the whole time. Man, I'm open down the field. It's like, well, okay, we'll see how down the field I can get this damn ball. Go get it, dude. Shut up.
if he had
You
jumped
know,
as high as he did after it happened, he might have been able to catch the ball. Like,
yeah, he might maybe
oh,
he probably would have got a leverage penalty though.
probably. That's true. That
Yeah,
is
he would
true.
have had to jump off one of their backs to get up that damn high.
Uh, let's see. I saw a stat which you may have. The Finns threw the ball 32 times and only ran it 15. I'm starting to see a
Yeah.
trend where maybe they got so many shiny toys, they're really just not dedicating enough time to trying to have a run game because it doesn't really feel like they're trying to run the ball. It feels like they're trying to get the ball out and around and everything. It's like, well, if that's the case, maybe
Hmm.
you could just run the ball with Tyreek or Waddle
Yeah.
a couple times, I guess. Like,
Do something. They've got other good backs behind Achan. I don't
yeah,
know
they have a lot
why
of
they're not working out.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, I think they're just trying to play. They're trying to play too fast. I think McDaniel's is getting stale on everybody.
yeah,
Um, and maybe he just needs to go back to being an OC somewhere, and
yeah.
maybe he can make a comeback doing that because I just don't think it's working out down there. I think when you have a players only meeting after week one, it's not a
That's a
good look on
team
you.
team that's not really together.
Yeah.
And
But when they have a
Miami,
players only meeting and they come out and they play better,
hmm
they
hmm
looked all right, but
yeah,
they still got worked, I I think don't they have Buffalo this week
on a short
or is it
week.
the Jets? Yeah.
Miami on
Oh.
a short Miami Buffalo short week. Which one?
Mm-mm.
Which team was more ready for that?
Oh. I have no idea.
Ouch.
I know
Uh,
Miami's not going to be ready.
I thought was crazy was that Ramondre Stevenson was the all-purpose leader in yards in that game. He had that unbelievable catch as a receiving back, and you think Trevion Henderson has kind of been brought in to help do receiving duties as well.
Mhm.
What a nice catch, and Ramondre showing that this is probably going to be more of a two-back system for New England. And the other sickening thing was there was 22 penalties in that game. Teams
Mhm.
are not
It's ugly.
disciplined. That is not a Belichick
No.
team. That's a Vrabel team. And McDaniel, I think
Well,
he's just lost all control of.
even for a Vrabel team, that's
Yeah,
really high.
yeah.
They're running laps today, bro.
That's 22 of them, or however many
Yeah.
we had. I think it was 12 or 10. It was bad. It was a lot of penalties in that game.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. We have the had to watch the highlights because they pretty much never on red zone that day. The the 49ers Saints game, and we come
Yeah.
into it. We had a meme that we saw. It was like, oh, what a great setup. We got the Saints
Yeah. What a
Saints
barn burner.
quarterback versus the 49ers backup. I mean, the Saints,
Hmm.
I thought they were going to be the worst team, and they're showing me maybe they won't be. But you got Mac
No.
Jones, and you got, I can't remember the guy's name in New Orleans because I think so little of
Spencer Rattler.
Rattler. Yeah,
Spencer.
cool name if you're like good. But he's on like Bad Chance U or some show or something, pretty much dogging his
Hmm.
teammates. He's a bad teammate. I have no interest in Spencer
Yeah,
Rattler
he was
whatsoever.
he was a douche in Oklahoma,
He was a
and
jerk.
then he
Yep.
went to South Carolina, and he was a douche there. But
Yep.
he played a lot better in South Carolina. But I mean, going into the game, we were kind of joking, like, what would happen if this is like game of the week barn burner, and that they those
It
two
was
played pretty
it
well,
was good. I
and
will have to say.
they weren't the reason their team lost.
No,
Mac balled out.
Mac was actually good. He started the game 0-4 with a sack, and
Hmm.
then for the rest of the game, he was pretty awesome.
Yeah, he's like Rocky Balboa. He's got to take a couple hits, and then he wakes up, and
You
then
know, you
it's
have to
over.
worry. Hey, in San Francisco, you'll take a few lumps because everyone gets injured
Hmm.
there. So you don't have to worry
Oh
about
God,
that.
yeah.
Is can you stay healthy and be the Rocky Balboa type guy?
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know if I want to be taking shots as often as those guys get hurt.
Yeah,
But I mean they still did really well. I mean Mac, what, 26 to 39,
right,
just under 300, and he had three tuds.
right. He
Rattler
had
wasn't bad either.
13
So,
incompletions, but he had four of them right away. And then Rattler, he
hmm
started 1 of 7. Where was he
hmm
at when he finished?
he finished 25 of 34. He didn't throw for very many yards,
No, he was a
but
lot of short.
he still had three touchdowns as well.
Yeah.
Um, but when you got Kamara, he doesn't have to throw a lot, and he
Hmm.
doesn't have to throw a lot of yards, because even some of those passing yards are going to go to him too. So
That
I
Kamara,
think
Kamara
they
fumbled the ball. Ugh,
don't
ouch.
remind me.
Don't
Don't
remind
remind
me.
me. I could have used those extra 2 points.
Yeah. Mm. Which league was? Yeah. Oh man, but Kamara with the fumble and dude, I don't like watching Chris Olave play football anymore. From
It's
week one,
scary every time he gets hit. I cringe and I pucker a little bit.
I worry about Tua, and I'm like, Olave is a receiver. He's getting hit every time he touches the ball. Like
Hmm
I don't like it. It makes me nervous. He, I think, was wearing a Guardian cap for a second, but I don't think he wore it last week.
He needs to wear two of them. He needs to wear one under and over.
Yeah,
He scares me. Don't run him. Only run him on sideline routes. Don't run him over the middle.
yeah.
Don't run him on fades or nothing like that. Just hit
Hmm.
him on the sideline.
Hmm.
Like, give
Yeah.
him a clear path to just step on the out of bounds line. Just, don't hit me. I do feel like a concerned parent when I watch him play. It's just, is he going to get up? Or like you hear the pads crack. It's like, he's out for a week.
Yeah. I know the Saints need him. The Saints need him bad.
Oh, they do. They need everybody. But I mean, Shaheed and Johnson, man, they're
Juwan
viable. But
Johnson, he flashes every
mm,
time. He's good for a while. He's good for a couple
yeah,
weeks, and then he has a couple down weeks. And it's like I'm almost like, where's Taysom Hill? Is he still playing? Because I'm used to seeing different
yeah,
guys making different plays, and Juwan Johnson now for 2 weeks has been really solid.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, they got guys down there, but I don't know. That whole organization is just in a mess. But I will give them this: they're playing hard. They're really trying. They got good effort guys, but it's I don't think it's gonna matter much.
Yeah.
But you know, at least you still got Kamara.
Hmm.
He's still a guy. He'll
Yep.
keep you in it. So, and their defense is still all right too, but they're just not. I just don't think they're not gonna be able to go score for score with everybody. They're just they're gonna punt 7 or 8 times a game. That's just how it's gonna go for them.
And I just don't think Rattler can push the ball downfield consistently enough in a game. I think
No.
he can short stuff it. He can try not to make any mistakes. I think he's capable of game managing to some extent as a young guy. I don't see
Hmm
him being able to really push the ball downfield very far. And if you had a guy that could do that. You have guys like Olave and Shaheed can stretch the field, and I don't see it really. His arm talent, I'm not seeing a guy that's going to sling it and really make a
Yeah,
play with his arm. So
yeah.
I think they're going to be getting a new
Oh.
quarterback next year. I think that Carson
Mhm.
Beck or somebody is going to end up as the Saints. I mean, they still have another guy to try out. They got another quarterback, Shoe. They got Tyler Shoe. I think we'll
Mhm.
see him at some point this year.
Shock or Shoff or Shock or however
Shaw.
the hell you say
Is
it.
it Shoe or
Yeah,
Shaw?
Shock,
Oh,
Shock.
Shoe. Yeah. Moving on from that snoozer, it was pretty boring. Um, another boring game. Bills
Mhm.
stampeded over the Jets, 30 to
Yep.
10. What do
Yeah.
you got for me in this game?
Uh. Yeah. Everything was butt.
Yeah.
Like the whole game was just butt, and it was really hard to watch. If you were in any of those markets, I feel really bad for you for
Yeah.
having to sit through that. I
Yeah.
mean, after watching Justin Fields run everything all over the Steelers, you think, oh well, he may be good for this system, and he may have learned something in New York. And it's like 3 of 11, he didn't learn a thing.
Well, he didn't. He'd have to. I wrote that down. 11 passes in the fourth
Mm-hmm.
quarter, and Tyrod Taylor, he threw
Mm-hmm.
11 in the fourth quarter alone. So, what
Mm-hmm.
was the game plan going in? I felt like when I saw highlights, they weren't really. They were almost afraid to throw a little bit, and I don't
Yeah.
understand because they were not. They were fearless against Pittsburgh. Now,
Yeah.
Buffalo and Baltimore were crushing each other in the week one, and their defenses looked garbage. Both defenses looked a lot better this week, and I just like, was
Mm-hmm.
that a factor against a Justin Fields? It's 2 weeks in a row you're playing a mobile quarterback. Was
Mm-hmm.
that did that catch up to Fields because he just was bottled up? Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, but I think Buffalo definitely. I think they contained a lot better.
Hmm.
Um, it's one thing to contain Justin Fields, but it's another one to contain Lamar Jackson.
Hmm.
But they did pretty good. Keeping everything in front of them. They didn't get beat deep on anything, and they didn't
Hmm.
really let any long runs or anything break out. James Cook looked phenomenal. The
He looks like
line
he's
looked
worth
great.
every penny.
He was worth every penny of that contract that he signed, and I think that they're going to run the hell out of him.
What a run that
So
he had going to the left and juking a guy, and then when he gets another guy, the guy's on his foot, and he uses that to pivot his body and
yeah,
then pull free and take
yeah.
off. I was like,
Oh,
wow.
what a just decision.
A
Just
play
quick.
that
Just I'm
should have
just
been
gonna do this.
that should have been 6 yards. Like that should have been 6 yards.
Yeah, should have
Oh,
been, but I mean, again, he created something when there was nothing there,
yeah.
and a lot of times you can say, well, when he breaks off a long run, that's the O line did what they're supposed to do. He got great
Mhm.
blocking from the receivers.
Yeah.
That run was all James Cook. That was
Yep.
all him. He made that happen. So,
When
dude's
they
talented.
when they say Buffalo doesn't have a star receiver and they're not going to be able to win, it helps when you have a star running back and you Josh Allen. It's like maybe we don't need a star receiver.
You
They
know.
had a fact on week one where they talked about the comeback they had against Baltimore, and they were like, only 3 out of 2,000 teams have ever done this. And I'm like, where have we seen that at? The Indiana Pacers
Mhm.
in the NBA breaking every odd every
Yep.
single week. Oh, here's the new stat that they've
Yep.
created. Look at this.
Coming
It's never
back.
been done until it was done just a week ago. I kind
Yep.
of feel like maybe Buffalo could be on their way to be the Super Bowl for the AFC and unfortunately lose again because that's what Buffalo does. Sorry.
That's what you do. Shots fired, bro. Shots fired.
Yeah, well,
But I
I
think if
honestly
they're
would root
gonna
for them. I would root for
if
them if
they're
they
ever
did.
gonna go, like if they're ever gonna go, like I think this has to be the year that they do it, and it's gonna take every bit of Josh Allen to do it. And like
Mhm.
he had a bad game, and they still won by 20.
It's true.
So
He did not
if he
show.
can have
Yeah.
if he can have as bad as a game as he did,
Hmm.
and they still win like that, it's like, okay, maybe we don't have to ride him so hard. We can actually depend on the running game here and there, so we don't have to have Josh Allen bail us out every single game. but you're going to have your games against the KCs and the Baltimores and everybody where he's going to have to bail you out. But it's good to know and
Unfortunately,
see.
their defense is probably going to allow points since we've seen what happened
Mhm.
week one. So they'll probably
Yeah.
stop a lot of teams and you're going to be able to score 20. But when you play those
Hmm.
big teams, you're probably going to have to plan on 30 something. You're probably going to have to.
Yep. Yep. Gonna have to at least plan for 30.
Right. Don't let the foot off the gas. Try what the
Nope.
Colts do, and that's usually score every time we have the ball. Try that.
Yeah, try your best. Try not punting. That's it's really good.
It's awesome. The next game, Seattle's D bent less, and they get the win over Pittsburgh. Ah,
Yep.
yeah. Hey,
Good
it
job,
bent
Caleb
less.
Johnson.
It was bending less. I felt
It
like
was.
defensively both teams looked excellent throughout the whole game. They were really making everybody uncomfortable. But there late in the
Yeah.
game, it just Seattle was just making a little bit less mistakes, and Pittsburgh let a couple go.
Hmm. Yeah. Rogers and those guys did not look as good at all. He looked old. He really looked old.
Yeah.
DK was nowhere near a threat. Um, I think he was their leading receiver, and he
Yeah.
only had 3 catches. Grant, he got in the end zone,
Hmm.
which is okay and all, but when you have Rodgers completing 18 passes, two of them being and then 2 picks on top of that,
Hmm.
that's just they looked like they put all of themselves into the Jets, and they
Yeah.
just left that game they exhausted and beat up, and they
Now,
looked really tired.
Rogers would tell you though, relax.
Well, he's also got ayahuasca in his system, so he's pretty well relaxed, isn't
It's easy to be
he?
relaxed. He's probably a
And
more
I'm
of a
an Aaron
slow
Rodgers
and
guy.
yeah.
I love Aaron Rodgers.
Hmm.
He's funny, but I like his don't give a damn attitude. But I mean, we can also criticize him too at times, But yeah, he looked old, and when you have a boneheaded play like Caleb Caleb Johnson had,
Ouch.
uh,
Like what do
I
you
feel
think he
bad
was
for him.
thinking? What do you think he was thinking in that moment when the ball came to him and touched him? Like, do you think he thought it was going out of bounds? What do you think his mindset was on
I think he thought he was still in Iowa, and they were still
that?
playing college rules. And he was just like, "Oh yeah, this is fine.
That
I'll just
might be
walk
it.
away."
I
I don't know.
He touches the ball, and I'm sitting here thinking, if you touch the ball and it goes out of the end zone, would that be a safety? And I was trying to find the rules on it, and I couldn't quite figure it out.
Mhm.
Didn't matter because Seattle fell on the freaking ball and got a touchdown. And it's like I do know that if they recover the ball, that's a very long onside kick. I do know that.
Mhm. Yep. Yep. It's always been
Oh
that way.
man.
But uh, I feel bad for the kid, but at the same time, maybe that's on the coaching staff for not saying, "Hey, if you're gonna be returning kicks, you should probably know all the rules."
Did you hear what Mike Tomlin said today?
Mhm.
He will not be returning kicks anymore. It's like, oh, cool, Tomlin. No accountability.
Yeah.
Blame him. Good
Hey,
job.
that's a good job, Tomlin. That's why they haven't had a losing season in ever.
Yeah. Yep. I agree though. If he's your backup running back and you see him becoming your future running back, which Jalen Warren is a do-all running back, I really like that if he can catch
Yeah.
and run, and so he's doing a fine job. But you don't necessarily want Caleb Johnson doing the returns. I feel like you would want a Calvin Austin or someone else back
Yeah.
there. Uh,
I thought he was their normal return guy. I don't
right.
know why he's not back there doing that.
I don't know. He could have been the other guy standing nearby. I didn't catch the film. I saw he could have been the other one
Mm.
that was on the other side. I don't know.
Yeah. And Skoranek too, isn't it?
Yeah,
I thought he may have been the other guy,
yeah,
but
he's
I don't
solid.
see why Austin and Skoranek should be your return guys. Why is the rookie back there? Save him
I,
for you know
I think because they
when you
have
got to
Gain.
run the ball in there.
Yeah, I think
Got to
because they have
pound that rock.
they have Gainwell, and they're letting him
Yeah.
play a lot. So I feel like in some ways they have Caleb there as a returner because they just want him to play a little bit. I don't
Yeah.
know that you need to give Gainwell as much tick. I would probably do like a 50% Warren and then like 25-25 with
Mm,
Gainwell and Caleb and let him get like a couple series
yeah.
in. I don't I don't necessarily he don't need to be a kick return, but I bet if they didn't have Gainwell, then they wouldn't have
Hmm.
ever even put him back there.
No. Yeah, but Gainwell looks good. I mean, he looked pretty good last week.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
but then again, I just think they looked like an old, tired team, and
It does feel
for
real
whatever
win
reason,
now.
nothing was working. Yeah.
Yeah. They feel win now. They feel older. Like, well, we're gonna figure out the little that you guys aren't gonna be ready for it. We're gonna be prepared and I don't know that they seem like the time is gonna pass them by. This might be the year that they finish under 500.
Yeah. It could be. I hope not because I like Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
You know, he's one of the better coaches,
If
but
they
I mean,
fired
it
Mike
might be
Tomlin,
time
I
there.
will. If they fired Mike Tomlin, I'll lose my mind.
Yeah. I would take him immediately. He'd be out of work for like 5 minutes.
What else did I have here? Kenneth Walker looked good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, That was about it. I thought Seattle played a solid game. They played with little mistakes, and
Mm-hmm.
like I said, the defense it seemed like they were blitzing each other with like five or six guys, putting a lot of pressure on each other, and I just thought
Mm-hmm.
they prevailed by making less mistakes.
Yep. Hey Darnold. Hey Darnold. No ghosts today,
I feel
bud.
bad, Colts. We didn't talk about Daniel Jones. Hey, we got us a guy, and
That's
last
a
year's
guy.
Arnold is this year's Daniel Jones. Saying
Danny Darnold.
Danny, hey, he's upgraded. He's not Danny Dimes. He's Danny Dollar.
Danny Dollar.
Danny Dollar.
I heard somebody say Danny Diamonds.
Oh wow, I really upgraded him. Maybe we wait a few more weeks
Yeah.
before we do that.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay with the dollar increase, but yeah, let's hold off on the diamonds yet. Let's go on the road.
Yeah, we haven't played on the road yet. We
Yeah.
play on the road against Tennessee this week.
Yeah, we go
There
to
we go.
Tennessee this week.
All right,
We
all
get the
right.
rookie.
There we go. Next game. Who did you leave the game more impressed with? The Rams and the Titans. The Rams had a huge lead,
Hmm.
and then they got a little bit closer. Which one were you more impressed by when you watched some of that stuff back?
I think Cam Ward's gonna be a guy.
Yeah.
That across the body throw,
Wow.
that was impressive. I guarantee a coach said don't ever do that again. But
This is
at the
not
same
what we
time,
taught you.
this is not what we talked about. Show him Favre versus the Saints in the NFC Championship from 2010, and they'll just be like, do not ever do that again. But hell of a ball, and the kid looks every bit as advertised. He's gonna have times where he struggles. He's not gonna have eye popping stats, but you know, last week and this week, he has a couple receivers let him down with some drops,
Yes.
and that's you're gonna it's gonna happen. But he stayed poised. He stayed calm. He's there. He's mobile. He's got his head on a swivel. He's watching his guys. His eyes are always downfield. So that's a good thing, especially when you got, Jared Verse coming at you. You're still looking downfield. That's
Yeah.
impressive. It's like usually if I had Jared Verse running at me, I'd just give him the ball and be like, "Hey, that way, bro.
Yeah.
Just
I
go."
get it.
I we're I'm not going to stop you.
A lot
But
of
I was
drops.
very impressed with Cam Ward and the way that Tennessee kind of stayed in it because they had no business making it as close as it was. I mean, I
Right.
think the
They're
Rams
getting
probably
crushed.
should have won like 30-8.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
but yeah, Cam Ward was really good, and
I
and then when you got Puka and Devontae running amok all over you, you can't
I
do anything. Those two are going to be scary.
I didn't know that a football player could actually teleport in a game. I hadn't seen that ever happen. But on the 4th and 1, Puka Nakua ran into a hole and it was closed.
Hmm.
And then
Yep.
after that he was on the other side of the hole and he was gone for a touchdown.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
never seen
Portal
that.
opened up. He was
I'm
just
like
there, like on Dragon Ball, and they would just.
like either how strong is Puka Nakua Or how good are those linemen to
Hmm.
literally just is like Moses and just part the river at the right second. I couldn't even believe it.
Yeah.
He ran into just nothing and just gone.
Hmm. Yeah, he shrunk down like Ant Man real fast and just
That's what
popped right
he
back
had to
out.
him. He had to
Had
him.
to.
And then he came
Yeah.
right on out.
Yeah. I was like, that was wow. What happened there? I thought he was down,
For
but
Cam
oh well.
Ward, for Cam Ward, I feel like he's kind of like a Jaden Daniels light, which I used that kind of reference before. I feel like
Yeah.
there's moments where you look at him like, "Wow, okay, he's kind of Jaden Daniels. He when he gets moving, he finds guys. I think he's doing what Caleb Williams tries to do. I feel like
Hmm.
his composure in certain moments. I feel like he's able to put the ball on a spot, and you can see his father when people like Ridley miss, like, oh, like you see that
Yeah.
he put it on the money.
Yeah.
And then when
Yeah.
his receivers miss the ball, it seems a lot like they're almost surprised they got there, or maybe they
Mm-hmm.
stopped on their route for a second with the defensive back. Like that's what really did. He
Yeah.
turns and then the ball is like, oh my god, it's right here, and it's like, yeah, I'm Cam Ward to
Yeah,
catch
that's where it's
that
supposed to
ball.
be. Yeah, it's where it's supposed to be. But yeah, and they'll get it. They'll get there eventually,
Yeah,
and they'll probably like it always happens. It'll probably happen against us.
next week.
But Cam Ward's probably going to go 31 of 35, 410 yards, 6 touchdowns, no interceptions.
I was
You
more
know,
impressed with the Titans because I
yeah,
felt like
I
for the
was too.
Rams, I felt like the Titans had a was it a punt called back that I thought was kind of
Mm,
BS. Um,
yeah.
that it was I felt like it wasn't the right call. And then the receivers, them dropping the balls, and then the sacks, 5-1. I feel like the Rams harassed Cam Ward a lot, but
Mm-hmm.
for the score, I thought the Rams were a little. I would say they were kind of methodical, but at the same time, they gave a lot of opportunities for Tennessee to stay in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Even when they didn't let the foot off the gas late, I felt like they were not that on the money in the beginning of the game and the way the game was flowing. I felt like they were really allowing Tennessee to hang around for a while.
Yeah.
Um,
They did
I
the
was
same
more
thing
impressed with
Denver
the
kind of
defense.
did. It's like they had complete faith in their defense,
Yeah.
but they just let them hang around. You're going to get bit in the ass if you keep doing that.
I did take a note here. The other Rams showing up I thought was interesting, which we aren't used to. We had Whittington with a couple big catches and Blake Corum. Hey, hey.
My
He
boy.
looked good. He come in and I
Yeah.
didn't know how many, handoffs or touches he'd get, but they kind of just let him go with it. They saw he had a little bit of a hot hand and he
Mhm.
just took off. That was
Yep.
nice.
Yep.
Thought
Future
that's what
looks bright
set
for BLK.
he set the difference. I thought that they were kind of almost getting in a rut. So credit to
Mm-hmm.
Sean McVay. He put a couple different guys in, and then they
Yeah.
made some plays. I felt like the timing of that. I was like, oh, now they got the lead well in hand. So
Yeah.
let's see. Moving on. Is the old Bryce back, or
No.
do you leave feeling impressed with how it ended?
No. Well, yes and no, but I mean, it it's one of those you wait until you're almost out of it, and then you kind of turn the Jets on. That seems to be their MO, which I don't think we should probably spend too much time on this one, but um, I mean, the Cardinals were just murdering them, and they were just pounding it right on up in them.
It started
And
as bad as could be. It was a fumble and
yeah,
a pick in the beginning of the game right away. I'm like, well,
yeah,
they're in the hole already.
yeah, and you only need to see one thing I think from this game that'll stand out. It tells you why they lost.
Yeah,
Bryce Young threw it 55 times.
yeah, 55
Yeah,
times.
that's not going to win you anything. Granted, he went for over 300, three tuds and a pick, but they have they have no running game there either. And Chuba is as good as Chuba has been, as productive as he's been the last
Mhm.
season or two. You can't if you can't run it, then you're going to have to depend on Bryce to throw the ball.
Yeah,
And if he's on, he's on. But that's very few and far between. But I mean, granted, kudos to those guys for not being fully out of it until the clock went all zeros. But
They had a lot of
I'm
opportunities.
a
That
lot of up. They still could have won that game, but
that game finished. I put on here flags muddy the end. I can go through the list of stuff. There's a fourth and
mhm.
five. Wait, there was a hold on the defense. They get a whole new try after being sacked. Then he turned or
Mhm.
like fumbled actually, and then
Yeah.
you get around. Oh, but holding on the offense. And then you go
Mhm.
around and it's roughing the passer, brand new chance again. Here we go. And then it's offsides, and you're just like,
Mhm.
but they just couldn't do it. Like, and when in that
Yeah.
game, Arizona gave you every opportunity. They had Marvin Harrison with the first catch. It was third quarter, and then you
Mhm.
got Kyler Murray on one play, which I thought was the play of the game. He runs backwards a bunch of yards, 20 yards, and then gets
Mm.
away. That guy's coming right up the middle, and he just runs
Mm.
backwards like no, 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 no. He runs away,
Mhm.
gets away. He dodges a couple guys. He gets 31 yards on that run when he probably ran 50 yards.
Yeah.
And the very next play, he throws a like Bryce Young pick. I'm just like, he was
I'm kind of tired.
he would have tapped out, but that's not allowed. You can't do
Can't
it.
do it anymore.
Can't do it.
Nope. Nope. Can't
He
do it.
ran 50 yards. Can't do it. Throw a pick. Get in bed. Now you can come
Just get
over
it
here.
out. Just get it done out of the way. But yeah, how many times has he done that though? It is hilarious to kind of see his little legs flying around. Looks like the Flintstones when they're driving their cars. Like it's hilarious. But
The
he does it
difference
a,
though
100
between
times a
him and
game, man.
difference between him and Lamar is that kind of play, right?
And the center of gravity, yeah.
Moving on. Oh, by
I'm trying to
this
say he's a little fella.
nice onside kick by Carolina too. They like I said, they had every opportunity to come back and win that game.
Yeah. Yep. Blew
Um,
it.
all right, we got just a few more games left.
Hmm.
Eagles Chiefs, and are they on their way to a repeat?
Philly, maybe, yeah. If I'm at that game live, I want my money back. God, it was awful. It was just terrible. God, nothing like no energy whatsoever in that game. Like Patrick Mahomes is the leading rusher. Are you kidding me?
Well, again,
That's
again.
Jalen Hurts barely throws for over 100 yards.
Hmm.
And Saquon does Saquon things,
Yeah,
but I mean that game was ass.
it
It was
was.
just all around just boring, nothing going on. Granted, there was a lot of maybe we got spoiled with a lot of high scoring games and a lot of
Yeah,
action,
like
and everybody was just like, you know what?
yeah,
I don't want to
the
see any more
bets are coming
defensive
in.
games.
The bets are
Yeah.
coming in. Let's.
Mm-hmm.
The defense
Maybe
has
that was
played.
Vegas' way to say, let's tone this down a little bit.
The defense played excellent though. Both sides of the ball. Every
Yeah.
pass had a defender on them. They were stuck
Yeah.
like glue. I'll give them credit.
Well.
I feel like we have to spend a couple minutes talking about the tush pushes.
Mm-hmm.
I think this week was a real obvious reason that there were some people voting for it to be banned. And I'm of the belief that you cannot ban it. You should not ban it, but
Nope.
it has to be executed properly. We are not allowed
Yeah.
to let there's two false starts out of the three. Those guards are
Yeah.
launching themselves right into the guys, and the ball hasn't even moved yet. We're watching it now in
Yeah.
slow mo.
Mm-hmm.
We can't do that. We have to have
No.
referees calling false starts on
They
those.
probably will going forward for sure.
And one of them was their offsides on the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone is just you get to tush push, and it's almost like, hey, there's no rules on this play. And I feel like the essence of the game is starting to lose it. Before it was, well, it's a
Well.
96%. You're going to get a first down. It's going to happen. It's a scrum. It's whatever. But if you're not going to execute it properly, if you're going
Mm.
to
Yeah.
have flags and you're not calling them, I think we need to. My proposal, you slow it down and you look at it. I think if you don't ban the tush push, it's an automatic reviewable play. The upstairs
Mm,
can automatically say there's a flag or not, period. You better not
mm,
screw it up, or you're going to get a five
yeah.
yard. I guarantee they won't run it nearly as much if they are fearful that they will go off sides on themselves. They will go
Well,
false
maybe
start.
not.
Just
Maybe
saying.
not. But what's the old saying there? That's just big meaty men slapping meat, bud.
But they got to
A lot of
slap
meat
meat
getting
within the
clapped on that
rules.
play.
With the
Yeah.
rules of the game, they got to slap
Yeah,
meat,
no, I get
okay?
it. That you definitely I think they definitely need to have officials maybe a little bit closer
Yeah. Why aren't they
and
closer? Everybody's
maybe
right there.
watch their heads. You
Yeah.
need to be watching the helmets. You see a helmet go forward before the ball goes back, there
Boom.
you go. That's the way it should be called. But I mean, when you got that many dudes just like on
Right.
stacked on top of
They're
each other, it's
just
kind
on
of hard to
top of
see
each
down
other.
the line. Yeah, but maybe on that play you can utilize the sky cam
Hmm.
a little bit.
Hmm.
Just have it sitting right above it. Officials can look right at it. It's like, oh, I saw the right guard sprint forward right before the ball was snapped 5 yards.
This is what happens when
But
Jason Kelsey retires.
yeah,
You get a run
yeah.
last year. You know what? Who knows
But
how
he's
many
still on
times they
TV,
false
and I'm getting
started
tired of
last
seeing
year?
him.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know. Did they false start
we
last year? I
share a
don't even
name, and
know.
that's about it. Maybe, maybe. I don't know.
I'll tell you
I really
what,
don't
it
know,
would
but
make a lot of sense for them to get first downs 96% of the time if their guys move first.
oh, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, yeah. Why
I would
not?
hope you get 96%.
You better.
All right.
Uh,
Yeah, there wasn't much to talk about in that game. We pretty much covered the only two things. Uh,
Snooze
the
fest, and then there's another snooze fest coming up. Yeah,
the final game of Sunday, I stayed up for.
so did
Wow.
I.
You did too, because you wanted to kind of get the vibe, right? And the vibe
Yeah,
was field goals, Jackie.
field
Field
goals,
goals for
Jackie.
all you people.
Uh
We
man,
actually
what
got
an
a late touchdown.
awful,
Yeah,
yeah, awful game. They Vikings O line is a mass unit.
yeah,
JJ can't really do anything, which he's gonna struggle at times this year. It's his first
it's fine.
game action, and so you have week two. I was like, oh, JJ McCarthy, should he be benched or it's like,
No.
dude, it's week two. It's week two. The kid does a good thing
Hmm.
in the fourth quarter of the game last week on Monday night,
Yep.
and then he comes here. Now he's on Sunday Night Football, another primetime game, and granted, he lays an egg, but it's not like he played like dog shit. I mean, he
Yeah.
had two picks. One of them was pretty bad, but
Yep.
Penix didn't play much better.
No.
Penix didn't. He only had 135 yards, and these two played in the national championship game. A couple years ago,
Yeah.
and it was kind of a rematch of that, which is refreshing to see. But
Hey, I didn't.
they
Good
both
job,
played like
Jay.
shit.
Hey, that was. I didn't even realize that. That's good. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Sport casting on you.
Absolutely, journalist of the year.
The
That's
three
me.
notes of
But
mine was just Falcons running backs, the kicking, which I'll
mm-hmm.
get to in a second, and Atlanta's defense, which they were hellacious. They're blitzing. They
Oh my
sent
God.
5, 6 guys almost every play. Kudos to Raheem
Mm-hmm.
Morris and Ulbrich
Yep.
because
Yeah.
their defense looked like, hey, they actually have a good one now.
They got dogs.
They
They
got
got dogs,
dogs.
man. Oh yeah. Get that mentality.
I mean, if you can blitz and get to the quarterback that often and you run the ball, the
Mm-hmm.
Falcons could be a player. They could win their division and be on a playoff home game with
Yeah.
that kind of recipe. I mean,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't think anybody saw their defense coming.
no.
And so far it's been relentless.
Now, the kicking,
Mm-hmm.
I really hate that they benched Young Wei Koo because that's my dude. I even had him in a
Yeah.
fantasy league. Yes, he's 76% in the last year and this year or whatever. He was at 86
Yeah.
before that, so he had a bad little run. You know why they benched him though, right? I've thought about this and
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, why didn't they cut him if they're signing a different kicker, Parker Romo? And
Mm-hmm.
their answer is he's too valuable to cut because he's still
Yep.
that guy, but they needed to
Mm-hmm.
bench him for the accountability of it. Like, hey, you haven't done very well. we're going to try somebody out. And unfortunately, Romo hit
Mm.
every field goal. Now, every field goal
That
looked
first
like he
one,
missed
though.
it. Every
That
single
first one,
one.
I don't know.
Those
That look,
first
I was
two,
like, yeah, that's a miss.
and those first
But
two, the only people that knew he made those field goals were the two referees and the mascot standing under the goal.
yeah,
That was it.
I think they were just kind of like flipping a coin, like, yeah, it's good
One of those where
because they
you're
looked
watching
rough.
it, and you look at the other guy. What are you gonna
Yeah, what's he
call?
saying?
Let's see. We can't do the different sign. Which sign are you gonna do?
Yeah, and you get the fail Mary from back when the refs were having their strikes. Like, yeah, it's good. No.
No, wait. But that was what I just thought. You didn't cut him for a reason. I'm worried that they could cut him now. I like him. I always thought he was a clutch
Yeah.
kicker. He's good. In the 40s, he's going to make the kick. I always thought that
Hmm.
every time. Like if it's anywhere between
Yeah.
40 and 50, he's making no matter the moment. And now that
Hmm.
he's missed a few, and it's like, 76% isn't awful. Give him a little more time. Just a little more time than
Yeah.
that for what he's gave you.
Yeah. But no, well, they may have another guy though. You
Maybe.
know the NFL. It's what are you doing right now?
With a last name like Romo, though, ask
I
Dallas
already don't
about
like him.
ask Dallas about Romos that are involved in special teams, how that turned out. Just saying. Anyway, we got through all that. We got the two Monday night games to close out the show. These are not games I was able to really watch. I was very
Yep.
tired from Sunday night, so um, the 7 o'clock Buccaneers Texans game. I
Yeah.
didn't even really write headlines for either game because they were kind of mid. The Baker fumble, I thought it was crazy that he literally hit the ball out of his own hand.
Hmm.
I thought,
Yeah.
like, I was like, that was your hand that knocked it away.
Yeah.
How do you
But
do that?
yeah, I this is another one of those. I watched the whole game and it was the first quarter was great scoring,
Mhm.
and then you had the second, third, and first half of the fourth quarter, and it was just a dog another dog game, kind of like Philly and KC. It was just a
Mhm.
there's like no energy. Neither team really did much. Tampa was running at will,
Yeah, Rashad
but
White too, even.
when they yeah, Rashad White was pounding it,
Yeah,
and it just seemed like for whatever reason in Houston, there nothing is working. Nothing's going right down there. And hey, I'm here for it. I don't mind it. I kind of like seeing them struggle.
it's not
You
the right
know,
coach in Houston.
being a
I'm
division.
sorry.
I don't. Maybe, but
Not for
I don't
offense.
think D'Amico's the problem. Maybe not for offense. No,
Yeah, they need an
maybe
offensive guy.
they need somebody that can put a little bit of flair in there.
Hmm. They're
Because I
vanilla.
know CJ. Yeah, CJ likes to go deep sometimes, but when your only deep threat is Nico Collins, no relation, but everybody knows
What?
he's going to get the ball. I know it's hard to believe, but hey, it's
I
okay.
They gave Houston one in this game. They picked up the flag on their punt, their long punt.
That was
Number
so
11 he
bad.
absolutely blocked that dude in the back. It is plain as
Hmm.
day. And I was like, they picked it
Yep.
up. That was so obvious. He was pushing him the
Yeah.
whole way that guy was coming to him. It was like 15 yards
Hmm.
of pushing, and they picked it up. I'm like, what are you
Like,
talking
oh
about?
well, I see why they threw the flag, but now I don't know why they picked it up. Like,
It fell
well,
out. It fell out.
that's odd. Yeah, it must have been one of those Vegas things. Like, hey, back it up.
Yeah, I think they did that to make the game more interesting because I think Houston goes down
Yeah.
and scores. Let me look at my yeah.
Hmm.
So I think they score on that drive, and I'm like, oh
Hmm.
come on. Houston was kind of
Yeah.
flailing around the whole time. Like
They were toast.
yeah,
They were toast, and then you get that thing, and then Chubb runs it in from 20 some yards out. It's like,
hey,
oh, this team
late
does have a player.
late in that game though, how
Hmm.
good was that Baker run on 4th and 10? Where
That
he
was
looked like
Oklahoma
he was
Baker.
about to get sandwiched by everyone and he just stepped right into the pocket and took off. Like that's the kind
Yeah.
of this is why the Cleveland screwed up. This is even why
Mm-hmm.
Carolina screwed up. Like when you're
Mm-hmm.
made of that, that's like that Diego Pavia Vanderbilt. Like that's that stuff. of a football
Mm-hmm.
player, that grit. And like just because he did commercials or like he
Mm-hmm.
played injured, I don't know why people were so
Yeah.
willing to give up or not go with Baker, but the dude's a dog. Dog.
Yeah. I just like how quick. I like how quick his broken leg healed, so he could get up and talk ish
He was
to
he looked injured.
CJ.
I agree.
Yeah, I thought, oh shit, he's out. And then it's like CJ comes up and starts bobbling his head, and Baker just hops up. What? You
What
know,
do you
it's like,
want,
oh,
brother?
I got to talk trash to this dude real quick. I can't be hurt. So
Like
I
you
thought
didn't
that
hurt
was
me,
funny.
I hurt you. There was 4 sacks, so I thought that the defenses they were all over each other. That was another game. It felt like 6 guys were coming every play. I feel like they really released everybody on them, and I thought both quarterbacks hung in there for a lot of the game. But Stroud has really lost his steam since his rookie year, and I don't know if it's
Mhm.
injuries. I don't know. The Houston line doesn't look very good, and like I said,
No.
I just worry the coaching staff is probably going to change at the end of this year if they
Mhm.
don't finding success soon.
Yeah, something's gonna happen if they don't get out of it. At least a new if you don't want to get rid of D'Amico Ryan's, I get it, but you're gonna have to bring in a whole new offensive staff. You know, if not halfway through the year, and that's gonna weigh hard on him.
The defense isn't really the
So
problem. So like I get why you want to
no,
keep
defense isn't the
D'Amico.
problem there.
Defense is really
Yeah.
solid. It's just
Hmm.
it's the cohesion of the offense, and they have the biggest
Yeah.
running back room in the NFL. If you're a fantasy manager, you have no idea what that running back room could look like in 5 weeks. Is when Joe Mixon
Yeah.
comes back, is it kind of Chubb still? Does Woody Marks
Mm.
take it? What are you doing with Pierce? What are you doing with Ogunbowale? Like you don't know there's so many running backs, and it just feels like none of them are running the ball that well.
Yeah.
Chubb did a little, but like,
Well, Goomba Wale is probably going to go on the practice squad. He
yeah,
made a couple mistakes late in the game, but
yeah.
um, I think if Mixon comes back, it should just be him and Chubb,
Are they missing
just
Tank
and that's
Dell?
it. Yes,
I think they are.
yep. And I don't think he's going to play this year, but they're missing his presence for sure.
And they got 2 rookie receivers, but that's not Tank Dell, the guy that knows all the plays
No.
and is comfortable in the system. Matters.
Yep. Yep. Plus they got rid of Mechie too, so I
Yeah.
mean he's not there anymore either.
Yep.
So that's another shot in the butt.
Yep. All right, the final game of the week that was a bit of a snoozer, and we have about 8 minutes left. Chargers Raiders complete. Just the
Mm-hmm.
first pass of the whole game was a pick by Geno Smith, which I was just like, oh, here we
Yep.
go. Um,
Yep.
the
New
other
York Jets Gino made an appearance last night.
the other 2 picks were not that bad. They were tip drills. Um,
Yeah.
I'm like, that's
Not
just
his
that's
fault.
bad luck.
Yeah. That's how you know it's not your night.
Yeah, it was just bouncing right for the Chargers. I didn't notice Bowers. And did you catch his stat line? Because I honestly didn't notice him until late in the game.
Nah, I mean he was not a factor. Like I don't and nobody on the Raiders was a factor
Myers did okay.
outside of Jacoby.
He did all
Yeah,
right.
but
Anytime they tried to throw it to anyone else, it turned out bad.
yeah. Yeah, and I'm telling you, Janty does not look like a top 5 pick. He doesn't. I mean, I don't know if it's him not hitting the right hole or if it's the line just being crap. But their running game is non-existent this year.
You're not gonna Trent
Gino
Richardson
looked all
yet, are
right
you?
against the Pats, but huh?
You're not gonna Trent Richardson him yet, are you?
I don't think so.
Not yet.
We'll give him the entire rookie season
Okay.
before we make any judgment on him. But you know how good he can be.
Hmm.
But they got to get that run game figured out, or they're just gonna sit back in zone the whole time and just let Gino throw him the ball. Like I say, the Raiders' best receiver was the Chargers' secondary.
Oh,
So
on one play, the Chargers they ran Derwin James, I believe, up the middle to pick the offensive lineman, or so the defensive player could come right off, rub right off, and sack Geno Smith. And I was like, "You
yeah,
guys are playing checkers, and Harbaugh is playing chess."
yeah, it
Like he's
confused the
sitting
hell out
his
of
stick
Janty too.
in.
I saw that one.
I was like,
Yeah,
"Wow."
that was good. That was really good. But then you see Khalil Mack's arm. Did you see that
I
happen?
didn't. I'd only seen like a
Oh,
highlight, but I didn't like slow it down. Was it bad?
he's definitely gonna miss time. His arm was bent like this way. Like
Oh no, hyperextended
it
kind of
was
thing.
rough. A little bit further than hyperextended. Like I would be surprised if there wasn't some like
Dislocated and
tendon damage and
oh man, wow.
dislocated elbow or something. He's probably definitely gonna miss time.
I
But
the Raiders, I thought was unbelievable. They had an 18 play, 11-minute drive from third
and
to
got
fourth,
7 yards.
and they got 60 yards. They finished with a field
Yeah.
goal. In a
Mhm.
way, that is one of the worst drives they've
Mhm.
had because they spent
Yeah.
so much time, so much energy, so much angst to get 3 points in a game they didn't even
Mhm.
score a touchdown. I think that was their
Yeah.
ninth point, and I'm like, that that kind of sums it up. Like there's no
Mm.
way you're gonna win the game.
No. No, if you have an 18 play drive and you come out with a field goal,
Mhm.
someone getting fired.
The
You
last
know,
thing
that's not good enough.
the last thing I wanted to cover was Hampton's fumble. Do you think that he's going to lose some time for a couple weeks to Najee until he can
I think
get
he
into his
should.
races?
I think he should. I think they're forcing him a little bit. Let Najee run it
Hmm.
for right now. If you want to change the pace, then bring in Hampton. But he feels forced.
A little,
But granted, they're winning games and they're doing it in spite of the things that he's not doing. But I think he was definitely one of the most overhyped players, especially if you look at it as a fantasy standpoint.
yeah.
But it definitely feels like, you know what, you got Najee Harris. Hell, you got Hassan Haskins in
Mhm.
there too, who
They have a
knows
lot of good
Jim
running
Harbaugh's
backs.
offense. So
Yeah.
they got guys in there that can do stuff within the system already. But he's
Yeah.
very talented guy.
Hmm.
But I think he needs to maybe be pulled back a little bit and actually see how things work out and see how the other two guys kind of just run the stuff, and then about halfway point you can start integrating in him and give him more of the
Hmm.
share.
I think if we're being fair, Hampton's fumble, every single guy on the planet and probably some other running backs in the NFL, if you were to get
Mm-hmm.
ready to grab the ball as a rookie in your game, second game ever, and you saw Crosby from here to 3 feet, you would miss the ball too. I think I hope
Mm-hmm.
Harbaugh's not too hard on Hampton for that, and he still has
He won't
some
be.
take and stuff in the next couple games because who's not
Yeah,
fumbling that ball on this planet? There's less than a quarter of a percent of guys that might have been able to hold on or at least get a hold of the ball because
yeah,
Crosby's an animal.
yep. He'd scare me for sure.
He was thinking about that hit because he was
Mm-hmm.
cleanly coming off to hit him. He was thinking. I mean,
He was
how
thinking,
can
but
you not?
he heard the footsteps.
Oh
Yep,
yeah. All right, but we did it.
we did it.
We did it. We got through it. Right under 2 hours. Now we know what a
Mm-hmm.
16 game slate will look like on time.
Yep,
This
yep.
is the J and K show. We will give you the recap the only way we know how to do it. Do you have anything you want to add, Jay?
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
If you
If you
stuck out
like
this far, thank you.
if you liked what you see, please like and subscribe. We did.